All right, well, evidently today,
Well,
happening.
Here's what's going to happen. You know, since I'm hosting the show today, I've seen so many great chefs come and go through here, and I've had the occasion to work with them here and there. But I thought, come on, none of them know how to make.
You can do it.
Quinoa-Nita, which is named after my wife because she's the only other person on earth who actually likes this. No, you're going to love it. There will be people who love it. You will not love it.
I will not love it because I don't love tuna.
No.
And that's a kind of a big part of the dish.
Yeah, and so if you have to leave at any part, that's fine. But what this was like, there were some ingredients laying around, and I was hungry for lunch, and I started mixing things together, and just over the years, it's kind of evolved, and now I have sort of a recipe, although I never measure anything out.
Well, show us how it's done. I will probably have to leave when the tuna can is open, but that's fine.
Step one, we need some olive oil in this pan.
Okay, and I heated this pan up. Is that okay? All right.
That's perfect, yeah. And then we have some quinoa, which, by the way, is the highest protein of all the grains. Oh. So it's actually very healthy.
There's not much left, so pour as much as you want in there.
I don't do a ton of olive oil. It's just enough to kind of provide a little sizzle.
Okay.
It's not the way quinoa is generally eaten. A lot of times it's eaten in a cold salad or something. But I thought, why not heat it up? And to do that, I found that having some olive oil in the pan.
Nice.
Hear that sizzle?
Love a sizzle.
Gives it a little bit of a sizzle.
You're already a master chef with the sizzle.
Yeah, you gotta have a little sizzle. In all aspects of life, you need to have sizzle.
Okay, so this is, what do you call it? Quinoa-Nita. Anita's his wife.
I added her name to it because I was so grateful that she would eat it. My kids won't, but my wife will. So
okay,
this is in her honor that we named it Quinoa-Nita.
Okay, so that just sits there and gets.
Yeah, you kind of let it take its time. Now this looks like it's a pan, a Teflon, so I'm going to use a soft stir here. So,
all right, and so what then goes
it's pretty good. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil on that. And this is how it works. You just kind of decide on the fly, like, a little more won't
We are
hurt.
going to share the recipe, so we'll come up with some kind
Oh my gosh.
maybe.
Okay, this is so exciting. And this is getting boring now unless I do something else.
Yeah, what do we add to it?
So what do I do next?
What's your secret ingredient?
I would put in, I think, those green onions next.
Okay, not the spices yet.
We want to cook them down just a little bit. So, and you can put in as many or as few as you want. I just put in too many. And then olives.
And it's funny, I asked Jim which olive, I did get the ingredients for you because you are a master chef, so you shouldn't do that yourself. And I said, what kind of olives, thinking that would elevate the dish a little bit, and you said, oh, just black olives, normal black olives.
I don't have any idea what these are. Like I said, it started with leftover ingredients. Now
I would, to this point, eat this. It looks delicious.
It is delicious, and it'll all kind of start cooking together. That's why I put the green onions in first and the olives in first, because you kind of want the essence of those to go throughout. You don't want them to be like little hard clumps that you run into as you're going, right?
Now what goes?
Actually, I'm going to put a few more olives in.
Okay.
Now, here's the part. This is a part I really love. These are very special green peas from your frozen section.
Okay. So
and
do this.
You want to be very, very careful and measure these carefully.
Oh my gosh.
So something like that. That should do it.
Okay, so the peas go in.
I actually did this wrong. The peas should have gone first because they are frozen.
Okay,
I forgot that we had a frozen item in there, but they'll cook through.
And what about the spices? Not yet? Am I getting ahead of myself?
Well, here's the thing. I love lemon pepper.
Right.
Especially when it mixes in with the tuna. I hold the tuna off a little bit for your sake especially, because you don't need that aroma going through your whole house for too long.
No.
So we'll put a little bit of lemon pepper in now. And I find that there is a different aspect to the lemon pepper that you put on in the middle of the cooking process.
It does smell good.
And then the stuff you put on at the end.
So I'm okay to this point.
This cooks in. This gets actually a little crunchy. It's kind of nice. Now let's move on over to the main ingredient.
Good. Oh gosh, okay.
Main ingredient. Thank you so much.
I'm letting you open that.
Now I'm going to open a tuna can.
I think there's a lot of tuna juice that might be going places.
So watch out for the tuna juice. Usually what happens is I open this, and then my friend Marvin the dog comes out. I'll pour off some of this tuna juice for you. Usually I pour that off and I give it to Marvin.
Okay, you're not giving it to me.
But there was, you know what? I made this yesterday, as a matter of fact, and there was a little bit of vomit on the carpet. So I decided that maybe we won't be giving him as much of that anymore.
Okay, so the main ingredients, the tuna is going in. We have about a minute left, so we want to make sure we finish off the dish.
Don't push me, Susie.
I'm sorry, but you know, I've heard that there's a lovely chiffonade of basil that needs to go on. So while you're still adding
basil
things,
you put on at the end there.
Okay.
Along along with the cheese. Now, the basil comes up next. You like the smell of this? It's all coming together.
I do not.
You know,
but I can see a lot of people would think
now
this
that
is delicious.
I think about it, it's basically a warm tuna salad, isn't it? With warm quinoa tuna salad.
That's okay.
And then we sprinkle on a little bit of basil. Go ahead, do the honors.
Okay.
Toward
I
the
can
end.
do a little bit more. Okay.
Toward the end, because you want that fresh basil feeling.
And then.
And we'll let that all kind of heat together. It becomes a melange.
I'm going to grab this so that we can.
And then I just drop in some Parmesan.
Okay.
Here, another thing, like the lemon pepper, I'll put some Parmesan in just before I'm done, and then sprinkle a little on at the end.
All right.
So you
and then look how beautiful this is for you to try.
Thank you. Of course, I will share my recipe for the Quinoa Delight with all the viewers. Now, just go to the New Day website to get that, or you can call me directly. That's just for my mom. The rest of you, you go to the website, because that'd be too weird. Oh, okay.